Hey everybody, Purple Haze back with another video. Today I'm doing some work on my Lowrider ST. If you guys remember, I think one of the last videos I did, I had this relocation plate because of the shelf I had. I had a back seat with a shelf, which I still have, but I'm not using it anymore because I bought an actual tour pack. And the tour pack sticks out far enough that it pretty much hides this. So I need something else for down here. All right, so here you can see the shelf that I had on there, and the shelf sits too high for what the standard plate was to sit straight up. It was running into it. So you need to get the adjusted lay down plate. Worked great when I was using this. However, with the tour pack I've installed, you can't see that plate at all. And this isn't even locked down. This is still probably that much more to drop. But with this, way up under here, you can't see it at all. So that's what I'm working on today. I had something temporary. It did not work out. And I'll show you why. Okay, so I had bought a 3D printed, if you can see that. It goes something like this. And there was another piece that went over here and it connected. And then down here, you had your plate. And the nice thing with this, compared to the other ones I had seen, is it just went underneath the fender and attached through the existing license plate mounting holes. So you reuse those instead of just plugging them. I like that, but I thought this was kind of flimsy when I installed it. When I came home a couple days ago, I noticed everything below the fender there was gone, including my license plate. So I have to work on something else. I know I need to wash the bike. I've shown you guys where I've lived if you watch my other videos. Dirt road, Arizona. I got about a quarter mile of dirt road on right after my driveway. But I know I need to wash it. So here's what I'm coming up with. I have these pieces. Nice, sturdy metal. It's not going to fall off. It's not going to break. You need an angle like this because of all the circuitry and connectors and wires for this brake light that's right here behind the fender. It can't just come straight down. And two of these, one for each hole, might just do the job I'm looking for. So I'm going to try that for right now so I can take this back on the road and keep riding. I mean, I've got two other bikes I could take if I needed to, but this is the only one with the fairing. And as you guys, I'm sure, are aware, Mother Nature is bipolar right now, hot, cold, hot, cold. So I want to keep riding this one to keep that cold air off me because I mainly ride late night, early mornings. So, all right, let's get started. Okay, I'm trying to learn from my mistakes. I remember last time I worked on this, I believe, and did a video. I was changing out that brake pedal, and I didn't realize until I was editing the video that you pretty much had, it was like 20 minutes of the back of my head and my back working on it. So trying to learn from my mistakes and be better. Now, these holes are much larger than the ones that are there. So you need to have a good size washer. So you're not going to have, so you can hopefully kind of see if I can get it against the black, the smaller one that's just going to barely cover that hole. That is, I would not trust that. Okay, if you can see that, I would not trust that. But this larger one, that's going to be perfect. So remember not to put these on upside down. Like I said, you have the whole box back here. It's not a whole box, but you have a little indent behind this where this the wires and connector for all your brake light and turn signals are. So it can't just come straight out. That's why you're going to be using this. Now, I have a couple things here. I have these washers. I have some rubber washers I'm going to put in between them. Now for this one, I have a rubber washer and a plastic washer. to not scratch up the paint or anything and to handle that vibration. So as this goes underneath, I think I've already messed this up by going backwards. Okay, I'm gonna hold that in place, get my washer, and then these are locking nuts that I have here. So I'm still, that's not the right one. This is the right one. These are locking nuts. I'm still gonna put a little bit of thread locker on there to be safe. Perfect, perfect. All right, there's that. So now the way I'm gonna do this, start to feed this on so it'll hold it in place. Then I'll put the thread locker up close to the top underneath so that as this tightens up, it's gonna get onto the thread locker. And I forgot to put my gloves on, I just realized, but here we are. There we go. So, make sure I didn't put it on upside down. There you go. All right, so that one is on. And before I even get all of this, what I want to do is make sure that these aren't going to be too wide to be able to fit that. So I'm going to leave it real loose here in the beginning. Big washer. Okay, so when I tighten these up, they should come right here. And I'm going to put these, oh, that's going to be perfect. And if I wanted to go up higher, have them like that, I could. But I'll have it right about there. So then once that's done, I'm going to get a little bit of the felt tape, put on the back here just in case it hits this. I'm not going to have a hard rattle or deep scratches or anything, gouges. Now, these nuts, I'm just using number 10, so hopefully you can find your 10 millimeter sockets to be able to put those on if you're using it, but obviously you can use whatever size nut you need it to. And I don't remember, I went to Ace and just got some hex bolts because the ones I had were all silver and I didn't want to deal with that. So I wanted black, I wanted to fit in. Now, once I get these in, I'm going to put the other one in here just to plug that hole. But I'm going to have these two, should be solid, nice and tight, and we'll see how that goes. New one, got to cut the top off. If only I had a knife. Don't ever do this. You should never cut towards yourself. You should always cut away from yourself, never towards like your thumb or anything. Not that I'm telling you guys what to do. You guys be you. So I got to get up underneath here. I got to push that other washer up. Actually, I don't have to push it up. I can leave it down and just get that right in there. There we go. Probably put a little more than I need. As you can see, it's dripping. That's okay, because I don't want this to give way at all. Now, 10 millimeter, and I have no idea what size. Oh yeah, crap, I put a lot on there. You can see that. Yeah, that was a lot. All right, I'm gonna cheat a little bit here. Use my drill. Lowest setting, but this isn't locking in place, so hopefully, there we go. All right, what's happening here is this this bit, or the socket's still not deep enough for these, but that's okay. I'm gonna take care of that with a 10 millimeter. And I love these, I've shown you these before. ratcheting box wrench. Make sure I put it on the right way. So, because it's a box wrench and it's open on the end, it's not going to matter. Look at that, I put it on backwards. Just after I said, put it on the right way. Okay, just a little tight, not super, super tight, because I still want to make sure I get all these adjustments right. So, I'm going to go back to cheating here. Man, I have got this thread locker all over the place. Be a little more cautious, I guess. All right, now I'm going to leave those there. I'm going to test this out. Which way do I want this again? Here. So it sits up high enough. It's not actually rubbing against this. But again, where's these holes? Right there. Nice. Those are going to line up. Yeah, that's going to be nice and much better. Man, these poles, somebody else asked me about these brackets. They came with some cheap saddlebags. They were plastic like this, ABS or something. They were cheap. They were not waterproof. Water got into them. I had used them on my my 94 Honda Magna when I needed bags. And I don't remember the price. It was $100 or less. But I was just trying to find an expensive way to carry stuff to and from work. And I ride 300 plus days a year. It's easier to count the number of days I take my truck or non-motorcycle somewhere than it is to count the days that I take one of my bikes. So ride in rain, heavy rain, water splashed up off the road, and when I got home, the inside of the bags were just soaked, and they were the top loading bags. But anyways, got rid of them. They were cheap. I think there was a crack in them or something. They were a pain in the butt to install. Threw them away, but I kept these brackets, and I have used these brackets a lot. If you've watched my Honda SCL 500, the videos I'd done on that where I had installed an ammo can for a saddlebag. I had used these brackets, and I still have 2 more over there, but man, they have been handy. People have asked me where I got them. It was some cheap saddlebags off Amazon. That's all it was. So, okay, that's good enough. I can see these plastics starting to bend in, so I know that's going to be good enough. Now, make sure those are lined up. 2. All right. Get as much of the rough dirt off as I can before I start. Make sure I have it on. Yep, the holes are lined up there. I believe this one is this. So for reference, if that says that is S25. Is that hex? S25. I feel like I'm calling out bingo. S25? All right. Tell you what, that is not going anywhere. Look at that. That is in sturdy. It is not going anywhere. Yeah, that's going to be much better. So let's wipe it off, clean it up, and I'm going to put my plate on. I don't think you need to see all that. Just putting a plate, which is a temp tag right now, and my 4 bolts with the frame. And I'll show you the finished product here in a second. Hey, as I'm cleaning up, I remembered I did want to say something. Part of the issue is I got this. It was 30 bucks. It was on Etsy. The guy was great. I don't want to bash the guy. He asked for ideas, asked for pictures on where it broke so he could improve his product. For 30 bucks, I mean, it's one of those you get what you pay for. Most of the relocation license plate relocator kits for this are $100 to $200, and I think all of them except this one, they have 2 pieces that come in, and they're wanting to connect. They're wanting to connect here. You're taking these off and they're connecting on the inside and rescrewing this back in. I didn't want to deal with that. I like the idea of reusing these holes, so that's part of why I went with that guy's design, as well as price. I didn't think it should cost a couple $100 or $100 even to relocate that for something that simple. In case you guys are going to ask about the light, I bought, they're up here somewhere, they're on that table. I bought these, they're part of the bolts for holding the license in. And they have an LED light and wires, so the wire will run through here. You're going to splice it in back here. I'm going to do that at a later time right now. I just wanted to get this up to show you, save you hopefully $200, $100, and save you headache of losing your license plate on something that's more plastic or flimsy. Hopefully the guy makes an improvement. I like his idea. It was just a little, like I said, I lost my license plate. So this isn't going anywhere. This is going to last. This is moving the whole bike. So, but you will have to either replace this with a light that goes down for your license plate, or get what I got, something like this where they're going to have the LED lights shine onto it. And there it is with the tour pack on, and you can see that's going to be easily visible for law enforcement and meet my standards. Way up here, they're not going to be able to see that, and that was the risky part for me. So, all right, hey, I hope this video helps you out. I hope you liked it. Please give me a like, subscribe if you haven't. I am going to keep sending out content. All right, ride safe, get home. Thank you.